Hello, guys, gals, and non-binary pals. Welcome to a game on the Gauntlet. This time, I am facilitating a game of masks set in the Gauntlet City canon of the Gauntlet's RPG world. There's not many worlds. The Gauntlet comics is about the only one that I know of, but it is, for those into D&D and other things, think of it as a very limited module. There's no real adventures. You run your own adventures, but you have NPCs to draw from should you need them. And I am the facilitator, Ferret, aka Sawyer. I use he/him pronouns for ease, but any pronouns out of respect are fine by me. And with me are people I mostly got from the Gauntlet and my longest time role-playing partner, Sydney. I'm going to allow them all to introduce themselves, the character that they have created, and then we will get into the fun. So I'm going to go by screen order today, so none of you know when you're going to be called on. And this is going to start with Sydney. Would you introduce yourself and your character?
Hey, I'm Sydney, and I'm going to be playing Hollow, the doomed hologram projecting superhero from the American Empire.
Next, Alan, played by Will.
My name is Will, and my pronouns are he, him, and so are those of my character, Null, otherwise known as Alan Garcia, who is a Janus, who has a link to another character who is about to be introduced.
But not yet, because next is Sabine.
Hi, I'm Sabine. I use any pronouns, and I'm going to play Sunny, who also sorry, I'm confused. Sunny uses they, them pronouns, but in the superhero identity as Artemis, she uses she, her pronouns because she's a legacy and her family are Amazons. So, yeah, well, go figure.
And they may have made another friend that's a demigod, or at least says they're a demigod. And last but not least, are joined David.
Having just lost the tab while looking for things. Yes, hi, my name is David. I use he, him pronouns. And this evening I am playing Victor Garcia, or Void. I'm in the joined playbook. My character is joined to Null. We are brothers, out of costume. In costume, we are the crime-fighting duo Null and Void. And yeah, that's us.
Yeah, so I think this edition of Polychromatic Alliance is a hollow cover. No jokes about our beautiful American Empire friend, but I think the first bit is all four of the Null and Void in their masks, but with that sort of daredevil eyebrow lift that people in full mask can get to show their surprise. Sunny directly at the computer and Hollow pointing at it. The shadow behind them saying "Hope." Then you turn the page. The computer is on. No one's there, and the shadow in the back says "or doom" with a question mark. The dice roller link is in the moves tab or the safety tab. But I can. Yes, I think we open up, and I am going to hard frame with Hollow having projected into the room with Null after Null had contacted Hollow about getting those vaccine notes that Hollow needed.
So I think it's I got him.
All right, sweet. And I'm just I think he just kind of immediately starts flipping through them.
I think they're on a flash drive, so Null will have to put them on a
yeah, I think I hold them up and I'm go does this plug in anywhere or oh, sorry. Let me go get my laptop.
Yeah. I don't know how compatible American Empire tech is just out of the box.
It took a huge skew in the 50s. It would not be compatible. Yeah, and or by 50s era tech, I would say. So, yeah. But So I think like we see Null scrolling through the text, like looking back at Hollow every now and again to like. I think that there are 5 panels of like Null like looking at the screen, then like Hollow's face with like the helmet actually reflecting the screen somehow.
Yeah.
Next panel, Null looking back, Hollow still looking down. Then the next, like the final panel is Null looking with Hollow pointing at the screen, having found what they need. So yeah, Hollow, you have what you need to make a vaccine, but you will need to get the relics in your sanctuary in order to do this. Do you head back to your sanctuary or send your consciousness back so you can focus directly on it?
Yeah, I think definitely.
Okay. And when you're projecting yourself, are you like, do all your senses still work in the American Empire? Are there
Not tremendously. It's kind of like throwing yourself into like a VR helmet where it's like, yeah, technically if something really big happened, I would probably notice, but I would have to untangle myself before I could really get my bearings.
Yeah, and so I'm going to be tagging one of the weaknesses of your sanctuary, that it draws dangerous attention.
Yeah.
And when you come back, you hear music playing somewhere in your sanctuary.
And he just like very quietly puts the helmet down and starts kind of like patting his way along. Like I think like one of like the panels he sees, like he's kind of like creeping his way through this. He's like, you see that he's actually like barefoot.
I like to imagine like this is like the Arya Stark going through the castle thing of that episode that was terrible. Besides this like scene, but like the music is like flowing between the panel breaks and into the other panels.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like he's like you can kind of get like the sense between like the outside, the very simple, very kind of like soft, flexible barefoot outfit that he wears in here. Like he is always in like silent running mode.
Yeah. And you get to this old, beautiful Victrola you had brought to your sanctuary, and I think the song it is playing is it's a jazzy number, but like by the like alternate universe, like Billy King or BB King or something like that. But you take the needle off the record, the music stops, or tell me if I'm incorrect.
Yeah, you're good.
And that's when you hear behind you the familiar voice of Jean. Well, it's different now that she's not talking through that ham radio that you used to communicate through to her with, but it's her voice. I thought I'd find you out here if I had tracked the signal like I was thinking. I'm glad and you can feel like she's almost talking to herself more than you.
Uh-huh.
I'm glad I'm correct, but it's coming from behind you. What do you do?
I turn very calmly and very slowly.
Yeah, and Jean has the way you would sort of envision Jean, or how she had talked about herself. She has red hair. She was a sort of like late 20s ish woman who'd been on the run. Was a farmer. Like has a really healthy tan on her skin that's exposed, but there's this one eye that is like black and green and cybernetic, mm-hmm. that you can tell that the American Empire had implanted in her.
Mm-hmm.
And I think her human eye is crying as she sees, like she's in your sanctuary. You can tell she doesn't want to do this, but she has no real choice for some reason.
Yeah.
That's you, right? I found you, finally.
Man, I don't know what you think you're gonna find out here. I ain't got nothing. I'm just and he's just like, if the American Empire thought there was anything worth taking out here, probably should have done it 50 years ago.
No, No, nothing. Someone. You. And she opens her arms like she's going to embrace you and takes a step forward.
Take one back.
And she cocks her head and, like, in a voice that's too calm, not hers, because Jean was always sort of an anxious woman. I mean, anyone who's hiding from the Empire is anxious.
Yeah.
Don't you want to say hello to your friend?
Is that what I'm doing?
And, you know,
Can I pierce the mask?
please pierce the mask.
All right, so 8 plus.
I think it's
Monday
0.
morning. So, okay. It's like either 8 or 9. Yeah, it's just 8.
So you get one question.
Yeah. What are you really planning?
Okay. She's planning to return you to the American Empire for her freedom. Or to turn you in, not to return you. Do you want to assess the situation as well?
Yeah, I think I do. Did she have her own kind of projector set? Or was she just kind of like in a different kind of bunker?
I think she was in a different bunker and she had like a ham radio. She didn't have one to show off her physical form, just her voice.
Yeah. Okay. All right, so that's a 10 plus 0, so flat 10.
So you get 2.
Okay. What here is in the greatest danger? Is it me or is it her?
It's at the moment it's her.
Okay. What here can I use to give her another option?
That would be your powers. I think you recognize if you can remove this eye, she may whatever is enticing her to do this is with that eye that's been implanted in her.
Okay. I'm trying to make an important canon decision right now. Because I feel like most of his powers are not his powers. Like, he's a kid. He happens to have the access to this technology that lets him project himself into a different world. And that projection has powers.
But you do have a lot of mystic relics around your sanctuary. Maybe they have powers.
Yeah, that's true. I think the sanctuary is the thing that he really has access to. So I think... Okay, so he's going to try to distract her when she's trying to give like the pitch of like, oh, you need to come with me. The American Empire is looking for you. He's like, you never saw the other side, did you?
And she talks like, I've been there. I've seen things you wouldn't believe.
What kinds of things?
And like she cocks her head to the side like she's about to talk, and then she blinks her eye, like clutches that side of her head, covering like the cybernetics as like these little sparks of electricity fly. Ow! Oh shit!
Oh, come on. You're telling me they don't want to see either? They don't want to see what's going on outside their borders?
And she chuckles. Outside the borders is Deimos. They don't want to see that.
No, I mean further. Way further. Outside the Empire. Outside everything outside the Empire.
Are you? And I think that she lurches back up and like in the full Empire voice, whatever is controlling her is in complete control at this moment.
Yeah.
Have you breached the realms once more?
Yeah, and he just kind of like quietly kind of like picks up the helmet, just kind of like hold like towards her, just like you could take a look.
Yeah, and I think she rushes forward and puts on the helmet.
Yeah, no, and I'm going to use that opportunity where she's kind of like blinded by like getting her senses and getting kind of projected into the other world to try and look for something that I can use to mess with that eye.
Yeah, so I think just roll freak, and on a 10 plus, on a success it'll be a very good result. On a miss, we will see.
7 plus 2, so 9.
So do you want? Is it going to be an unstable or temporary solution, or do you want to mark a condition and make it permanent?
I'll mark a condition to make it permanent.
Yeah, I think you grab the this stone that like you've been like feeding into a machine by little chips that allow you your telekinesis, and just concentrate fully on it, and like with the entire thing in your hand, the eye in her like comes out, crushes under its weight. It's just like this little pinprick, like maybe like a ball bearing. Now you've crushed it so completely.
Yeah.
And the comic panel is her covering her face so we don't see anything too bad. And Jean falls backwards, and it's like, oh, thank you, and then passes out. As I think we're going to cut back from that. I mean, that seems like a good point to cut, and I think we're going to cut to Void coming to get Sunny out of quarantine. If that's okay.
Yeah, that sounds good.
So yeah, Void, you're coming in as Void, I assume.
Yes, I will be. Yeah.
Yeah. So Void, you've been going through like these different little barriers to entry, going past these people who should not be the first ones shouldn't be protecting anyone, and then the later ones just don't take their jobs seriously anymore because they see so few people in quarantine. And by the time you get to Sunny, it's just people on power trips at best, or at worst, I think. And one of them walks in. I think Tina had been released earlier.
Cool.
And Sunny is sitting in their little enclosure, and the guard taps his nightstick on the bulletproof glass and motions for you to come forward.
Yeah, I guess I will get my stuff and then saunter out. I'll take a bit of my time because these guys, the way you describe them, they have been getting on my nerves a lot.
Yeah, I think he the guard looks at Sunny with this sort of wide grin, then looks back at Void. Oh man, you missed it. She and her cellmate, they were so close. I thought I was going to see something fun.
Dude, it's they. I've told you before.
And also, that's like really creepy. Come on, Sunny, let's get out of here.
Yeah.
I think
I flip the guard a finger, and then I'll leave with Void.
I think he's about to say something, and then like this one guard comes up behind him, and it's like I think he's like showing the the Aeon news of monster restrained kind of thing. I was like, maybe not. Yeah, you guys head out of the quarantine, and I think that's when Void. Well, let's see. What do you guys? Let's see what you two do alone before I introduce any new people. So yeah, you guys are standing outside. The guards are at the huge Jurassic Park doors to the park. They're not giving you any stress, and pretty much everyone. I don't think anyone's giving you the time of day at the moment, even though a few people are looking at Void just because of the superhero costume.
Yeah, once we're out, Sonny will turn to you and say, "Let's not do that again."
Yeah. Look, were you planning on heading back to Quetzalcoatl's first, or are you just going to head straight home?
No, I'm totally fine with heading elsewhere first, but home. I mean, I have to probably go, but
Sure.
What have you been up to?
Oh, nothing much. I mean, I'd offer you a lift, but I don't have a car, so I guess
We can take the bus or we can run.
yeah.
I mean, what use is being a speedster if you can use it, right? Or we can take a bus, which is also nice, and you can catch me up to whatever has been happening with you and Null and the Hollow.
I guess it depends if you want to stretch your legs, since you've been in there.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, we've lost Will. Yeah. I would stretch my legs is a fun idea. I mean, I got to a little with Tina, but like not like what that guard insinuated. Not like that, but we wrestled, I guess, a bit.
Hey, sure thing. Tell you what, yeah. I'll race you back to Quetzalcoatl's, and we can catch up when we get back.
Yeah, I like that. And I start running.
Yeah, and as you guys are running, Void, you hear laughter that you have heard before. And it's keeping pace with you, even outspeeding you a bit, as right in front of you, blurring past and taking a stance with their hands outstretched, are the Gemini twins. What do you do as they blockade your path?
Hey, guys, great to see you both again. What are you doing here?
And I think it's Ella who talks first, and she looks at Void and sort of like flippantly tosses her ponytail behind her, which is stunningly intact, even though she's been running at way too Mach speeds. And she looks at Sunny. I've just heard about you.
Wow, I have never heard about you, I think. Who are you?
And I think they start doing this sort of Ginyu-esque posing together. And let me pull them up so I'm sure about their names. Because I know about Ella, and because I have...
These were the chuckleheads we met in our first?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So I think Sonny's just messing with them.
And it is Zephyr and Ella. Yeah, and they put, I am Zephyr and I am Ella. Together we are pose, touch fingers, make like we are the Gemini twins. And they turn back to you, and I think Zephyr is speaking again. And you have been talking to our sister.
Oh, yeah, right. I have. And you should have a musical cue after the whole, and we are called the Gemini twins because, come on. Really, it falls flat a bit.
And Ella sighs, like, we've tried to bring speakers. They break when we go at this high speed. We really should be checking Solomon Industries, but you're right. Music would make it better.
Yeah.
But we come, and I think they glare at Void, not to fight this time, but to bring a boon.
Okay.
And they hold out this, I think, this letter to Sunny, which is just like this envelope that has the seal of Loki stamped in wax on the back. I think Yeah, I think you've seen on your mother and your grandmother receive letters like this before, like from gods and other champions of gods. But this is the first one you've ever received.
Wow, I'm trying to play it cool, but I'm not really. I'm not squealing like a little girl, but that's about it.
Yeah.
I'm just, oh yeah, it's cool, and I'll take it. I guess. Because you should be where Greeks bearing gifts, not whatever you are.
And I think Ella smiles a bit, like, you were nice. I guess nice guys win sometimes. And Zypher looks at Void, but not all the time. Next time we meet, and they start speaking in unison, it will be your defeat. And they're gone.
These guys, I don't know. They think they're in a morning cartoon, don't they?
Yeah, it's kind of cute.
Yeah, with those rhymes, maybe you and Nal should do something like that, only more doomy, like, because like your plans are null and void, like that. But
Yeah, we can workshop something.
Or maybe not.
And on the front of the envelope, it says, I think it says, to the Amazon from the Terrible.
Okay, I guess. I'll read it, but maybe not out in the.
Yeah, I think like, you guys get back to the Drama Dome after this wonderful encounter. I think Null is still there, and Hollow has not returned from, like, I'll be gone a minute.
Hey guys, nice to see you, Sonny.
Hey, no, sorry,
it's
not about you. We just met the morning cartoon villains, the Gemini twins, and well, yeah. Sorry.
He gives like an awkward laugh because he like still thinks you're mocking him. Yeah.
No, I made a joke with Void.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't about. It was like you should maybe do some kind of morning cartoony stuff with Null and Void, and then I made a weird. It wasn't even funny. Sorry.
I mean, if you're writing a theme tune for us, I am totally up for that. Like, but do we have any way of contacting Hollow? Like, do we have like he's always here when we
yeah, we had didn't we have this kind of we have
the phone
WhatsApp, right? And we can try that. Why is he missing?
I mean, so I got those notes for the Hollow vaccine, but they said they'd be here, and well, I mean, I guess they could be anywhere really when you think about it.
Yeah,
but
he's got a body somewhere that he's projecting over here, right? I mean, maybe something went wrong with the projectors. Hopefully, I mean,
yeah, it's all. I don't know. Let's okay. And I think we go like, group chat, WhatsApp thing like.
Yeah,
where you at?
Hollow, I think like we cut back to your sanctuary. You're putting Jean on this bed. She's still resting. Maybe like you have her hands like tied up in front of her with something so she can't. Even just in case.
Yeah, I think it's like an military base. Like, the weird fascination that like the Nazis had with the cult relics. I feel like the American Empire had its own version of that. So it's like basically a military installation, but it's got all of these weird, creepy relics and shit in it too.
Mm.
So like, I think I've technically like thrown her in like the brig, but I've made it as nice as I can. There's like as many quilts and stuff as I could patch together.
Yeah, but I think like your console begins beeping and however the Quetz call app.
Yeah, like those like submarine like metal encased kind of like red bulbs. It's just like one of those like flashes, and I'm like, oh crap. And I just kind of like echo her in, and I run back upstairs as quiet as I can, and I'm just like, hi, yeah, vaccine, definitely. I'm working on that. Definitely.
Yeah, Hollow is contacting you guys. What are you?
I think we just send back. I like to imagine this is like a text message, like chat thing, like flashing up, and I think it's just like we're looking around, all looking at the same phone, and it's just like, okay, smiley face. Like, yeah.
Yeah, like it's the smiley face is done like weird Morse code. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, how fast can I put this thing together?
Oh, you have everything. You can.
Yeah.
Here's what I'm saying. You can put a vaccine together, but this is a vaccine. It does not work on anyone who has any holds of the hollow plate. Give me a second.
How are we going to get the vaccine from the American Empire to here?
Oh, it's basically hollow can. I think since this is a mystical. A semi-mystical illness. I mean, it affected Hollow before.
Yeah.
You know how to create a vac. Like you can.
Yeah, like what I'm actually bringing back is like the alchemical formula for the thing you would do. I'm not bringing like the physical like serum.
But I'm going to throw one wrench in this. One of the main ingredients is just everywhere in the American Empire. It's like some kind of bush, fern, aloe vera type thing where you break the leaf and get this thing inside. On Earth, it grows some places. I think like it's sort of like the dragon's blood, like white sage or the dragon's blood tree in Australia. They exist. They're just not common.
Yeah.
And I think like New Gauntlet City will have one of the parks has a grove of these trees with the sap you need, but that's all that is in New Gauntlet City.
Yeah, there's like a sample in a botanical garden.
You can get enough to make like a few rounds of vaccine, but like you can make enough rounds for like I would say 30 people, and the sample that you take from be safe. You can destroy it and make enough vaccine for 100 people.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, I think that's like you get that, like you come back all excited because like, these trees are everywhere where you're from.
Yeah, so we just need these, like, so we can get like 15 million of them made by like next week, right?
Oh, dang, Will's internet.
I have no idea about this. I think we'll start Googling the tree, right? Because and then we will answer. Oh well, that tree, it exists, but it's in Australia.
Yeah, no, it's just like, oh, we need this red vera, and you're like, what the hell is that? And I'm like, it's like the aloe vera, but it's red. It's like about yay big.
Yeah, but it grows somewhere on Earth, in Australia, or somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah, thankfully not Jakarta, because Jakarta is sinking.
Oh, well, so's Florida.
Yeah. Hollow is honestly like not that stressed out about it. So he's like, okay, so we make it for 15 people. That's more than enough to move things in and out. Makes trade a lot easier, and we start growing shit in mass production, and then everybody can get in eventually.
Yeah. So I think Hollow comes back with this good news. Null. What you missed is that there is the vaccine, but what plant is very available in the American Empire is very uncommon on our version of Earth. So you can make enough vaccine safely for 30 people, and you cannot have been infected by any holds of the hollowed plague for it to work.
One question: can we maybe give this to, I don't know, Aeon, and tell them, hey, make this vaccine, give it to people, and I don't know.
You could try, but the Aeon is a lot like Ronald Reagan was during the AIDS crisis.
Oh, okay, forget it.
I think Noel's even like, maybe we don't give it to Aeon. My friend could get in a lot of trouble if we, handed back the vaccine documents that he slipped us from Aeon.
Oh, okay. I had no idea they were coming from them. I just thought maybe we could give it to somebody who actually has a lab and can grow some stuff, or can get some plants from Australia or wherever. I mean, sure we can try to get a plane because I can fly.
All right, well, that's like one option. The other option is just we fucking blast it on the internet. Just open source, send it everywhere. It's a formula. Like once it's out there, it's out there.
Yeah, okay, yeah, you're right. Forget it. I'm stupid. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that sounds a great plan, but we've still got these 30 samples, right? Like we can use now. Is that right?
You'd have to, I think, go collect them, but
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Cool. Because I was going to say we should give those to the Dead End Queens, since they seem to be like the humanitarian people.
Yep. But
Yeah.
if I get this right, this stuff doesn't work on somebody who has been infected.
Oh, I'm
by
an
this.
idiot. We just have to ask Venus.
Yeah, she should be able to.
Yeah, she's
Well-
from the American Empire, and she's a plant lady. Like, if anybody can mass produce this, like, magically overnight, and if everybody's interested, it would be her.
Yeah,
It's true. Yeah.
sounds like a plan.
I think that is like try and high five Hollow and go straight through. Like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
It sounds like you two might be sharing a triumphant moment. I mean,
Yeah.
this vaccine. Do you guys want to share a triumphant moment then?
Yeah.
I would love to.
Okay, let me check these playbooks and come on, open up. Thank you, PDF. For the doomed, you can give influence to. Well, you have to give influence to Null, who already has influence over you, and you may spend one team from the pool to clear one of your doom tracks. And we currently have one team in the pool.
Go for it.
I don't think he would, because I think he's not in the mindset of like relying on the team to help him with that right now. He's kind of just like, there's way too much shit going on at home. I want to keep them separate. I'm not dealing with that right now.
Yeah, and I think it's also, the Empire is coming for you. Your doom is growing closer.
Yeah.
So Null, shift Hollow's labels.
Well, I think I'm going to have to shift your savior up with that one. Let's be honest, because this is a very brilliant decision. Like, saving all these poor people, and maybe your superior down. I think, because this is such a humanitarian type thing to do.
All right, cool.
And Null, you have to see if Hollow sees you as the super that is the mask or a person wearing a mask. Hollow, what do you think Null is? The superhero or just a person?
I mean, it's just. Yeah, I think he's. I don't know that Hollow sees the difference.
Basically, I know it's a weird question. Basically, it's like, are they a superhero, or are they more just the person underneath? Like, are they who they embody, or are they? Basically, it just.
If I could suggest, it sounds like Alan's attempt to be hidden behind a mask and an identity is working. If Hollow's, I understand that Hollow's coming at it from a completely outside perspective.
Yeah, I
But
think
if she doesn't see the difference, then
yeah. So you will mark potential and clear a condition if you'd like.
I would love that. I can. That's a really good move. I get to clear a condition and mark potential.
Yeah, but if they saw you as a person under it, you could only give. You'd have to give them influence if you revealed yourself. So I mean, it's either very good or, depending on the Janus, very bad.
Yes.
Yeah, like this. Those two share this touching moment of again the fading high five. And I like to imagine that Hollow just like raises up the hand, it's like, as like, yeah, we're going to do a symbol. It's like, why do you do that every time?
I think he might even like say like, okay, now I'm ready. Let's try it again. And he does like his very best to have like a telekinetic, like put like a barrier where his hand would be and knock it back. It takes a couple of tries and it's very clumsy.
Oh, that's adorable. Yeah, you guys have access to. Are you all going to go see the Dead End Queens, or do we want to have? Do we want to have some time? Because I know that Void wanted some time with Sunny this issue.
Yeah, no, I'm happy either way. Depending on what people want to do.
Yeah, I mean, does the entire team want to go see the Dead End Queens? I can paint that as a scene.
Well, Sunny would sure be up to going to the Dead End Queens. Anything's better than going home and hearing Grandma nagging about the whole plague thing and Ma being worried about the whole plague thing and Great Grandma wondering what the whole plague thing is about. They didn't have plagues like that when she was young.
Yeah, so I think you guys are walking through Bellevue. You're getting to the more dangerous areas of it, and you get to this. I'd say, like, if you've seen Iron Fist, like I have, and I'm sorry if you have, but the manor that where he was like the Rand family lived before they'd been taken over.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that is this. It's like a 2-3 story-ish style house, really big. It's like it is from the 60s and 70s immigrant area style. It's one of the few that was not destroyed during the grandmother's fight with the demagogue back in the 70s. And I think there are several just like troubled looking youths hanging outside, smoking, having some drinks, but talking in very very stereotypically high pitched or femme voices, and about I think you hear slang that you're not familiar with. You hear words you're not familiar with, and like as you get closer. One of the people looks up, sees at least 2 people in costumes and a flickering hollow. His eyes go wide, and it's like, "Oh shit, cryptid!" And you see the woman that Void and Null had slammed into back at issue 0 and knocked out. Step outside of the house. She sees both of them and begins to. I think just like shapeshifts into a Sasquatch and begins running at you with a fist raised.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
We're not here for that.
Just here to talk.
And
Really?
I think you hear like there's those heavy footsteps, and you hear like this loud, shrill whistle that is like a plant whistle or a plant leaf whistle, and Venus flytrap is blowing this leaf whistle and landing beside Cryptid. It's like, not now, sister. They were good in the park. They said sorry about hitting you, remember? Cryptid like slowly shifts down to her human form. I think like there still is like this bruise on her cheek. Like, ugh, fine. Still, I could have taken them all this time. I mean, they took me by surprise. What do you want?
I think Hollow just goes into like a bunch of nerd shit and is just like goes like right into it with like Venus. He's like, hey, so I was in this database and I found like the Codex Arcanum, and I was going through it and there was this thing that sounds like it was totally related to this, and I went and looked up this, and it turns out if you use red aloe you can totally fix this thing.
And I think Venus is. I think there's this weird smile on their face. It's like, oh, red aloe. I've not seen that outside. And she mentions the park.
And he's like, right? It's like it didn't like register with me until now, like recently, how weird it is to not see it everywhere.
And Venus chuckles like, that's because I bet you're made of meat in the American Empire. Knowing about plants takes time and compassion and caring, and she's like,
And access to the surface.
and like she's like goes like this friendly poison ivy spiel.
Yeah.
And Cryptid looks between Hollow and Venus Flytrap's like, okay, what's this nerd shit?
We think we've Hollow's come up with a vaccine to help against the Hollow Plague, and we think that Venus Flytrap might be able to help mass produce it, I guess.
I kind of like hold up like a holographic paper that I kind of thumb in my hand, and it's got like a weird combination of it. Like it's got like alchemical symbols in this whole diagram, and just like in occasionally places there's like chemical names and formulas just kind of like taped on there, and they're just kind of like stapled together like the Aegis research with like the arcane research that I found in my place.
Yeah. And I think you guys are let in to the house. It is big and boisterous inside. Like some of the walls have been taken out. There are clothes everywhere. Judge Judy blares from this TV in one of the rooms, or like the Judge Judy XP in this world, like Judge Justice or whatever her name is. And you get taken to like the. They call it the meeting room, and there is this huge table, like in a manor scene or whatever, like any kind of rich meal that they'll have the comedic about, like one person at one end, one at the other end eating, and there is this boisterous woman, I think, laughing loudly as this person is. Talking gossip with her, and she's wearing this Michael Jackson-esque red leather, black shirt under it, black pants, zippers on it. Her hair is as red as the jacket, and she's laughing just uproariously. And then she stops on a dime, turns and looks at you, and I imagine her voice is a lot like Big Frida, if any of you know that, but I cannot do that, and I will link it after this just in case. And she just grins like, "Oh, more children! Have you come off the street? Have you decided to join the Dead End Queens? You're all dressed up so fancy."
I'm not dressed up fancy. I'm just dressed normally. And we've not come to join the Dead End Queens. We've just come to talk.
I was just wondering if you had a piece of tracing paper.
And I think Blue Rose is the one coming. And like Blue Rose has been in like that armor that like you've only seen him ready for battle, and he is this like bicyclist swimmer build, wearing an apron that says "Kiss the Cook," coming in with these 2 bowls of soup, and looks like this anime homebody as he places down everything for the legendary Cream Silk is who you're talking to.
I think Noel sees Blue Rose and is like, "You're never without your armor, are you?"
He's not in his armor. He's in the.
No, I know. That was a joke. Because he's wearing his apron. So.
Yeah, he's looks over like, I think he is a lot like me. He does not get the joke. I am not in my armor at the moment. My armor is upstairs waiting to be polished.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think Cream smiles like, he's a very literal boy. He's a good soul, but save your jokes for the shady people. And I think you're still holding the paper, and I think Blue Rose looks over, and like his eyes start reading it, and like get wise. Like, oh, of course, it makes sense if you go at it that way.
Yeah, and he's like, so I can't hold this forever, so we really need to get this jotted down onto real paper.
Yeah, I think Blue Rose like pulls out this like rolled up scroll, unfurls it, and begins scribing down.
I will
like
take a picture with my phone of the whole thing so they can just write it down from there. Because, I mean, yeah. Should have said that before, Hollow. I didn't know this was taxing.
Well, yeah, but it looks really cool if you put it on a real scroll.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you can, sure.
I really appreciate the commitment to a bit.
Oh, wait, I have a letter. Oops. You do your vaccine stuff. I go read my letter.
Yeah, Sunny steps out of there. I think there is like some fun amusement. I think is still staring at Null and Void, trying to determine which one she should take on first. But Sunny, you break the seal and open your letter.
Yeah, sure.
Inside is a very like proper, like school centric how to write a letter. Dear Sunny, it was nice spending time with you. I think we could be great friends, if not, maybe starting a team of our own if the teams we're on don't work out. If you want to contact me outside of, well, prison, let's be honest, it was prison, give me a call, and there is a cell phone number.
Yeah, I imagine we'd had swapped these before, but hey, maybe we didn't.
She probably wouldn't have, just in case the guards were overhearing.
Yeah, that's true. I get that. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna call her. Sure.
Yeah, you call her right now?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, the whole vaccine thing, I can't do anything here. I'm not a scientist or anything.
Yeah, so you oh god, that's probably true. Yeah, you get like it rings for a few times, and like there's sort of like this tired but still hopeful hello?
Tina? It's me, Sunny.
Sunny, it's you!
Yeah.
Oh,
sure.
thank Dad. There's been so many debt collectors.
Oh, no, it's me. Your siblings, I guess, they brought it by, and I don't know if I got it, and now I've read it, and now I'm calling, and I'm babbling.
No, that's cool. Would you like to meet up somewhere that isn't under guard? Like, have a good talk and food that's not brought in on the cafeteria tray?
Yeah, I like that. Let's meet up. I don't know what you like, but I usually hang out in the Gloomy Variant bar. You know that?
No, I've never been there, but if it's a bar, I'll try it out.
I like that. Yeah, let's meet up. Sure. I have to see what my team's up to. I think we're probably pretty cool with me going off, but I'd like to check. Oh, and I've got to go home before I meet you at a bar. Sorry, but my mom will start calling me, and then she will show up and tell me that she's worried and I should be home, and she has to make the pie or whatever she likes to do now. But I have to, family.
That's good. When she showed up at quarantine, she was scary. I mean, like regal scary, like the kind of scary you would want to embody one day.
Yeah. Well, I'm used to her.
Okay, that's cool. Gloomy Variant tomorrow, and she gives you a time.
Yeah. Sure. Okay, I'll wear where I probably won't forget. I'm sorry, I'm a bit not so great with being punctual or something.
Like, of course, if any super nonsense comes up, we can always cancel. Goes both ways, right?
Right. Yeah. I'll call. I'll see that if anything comes up, I'll text you or call you or whatever. But I hope I make it. I really want to meet.
Yeah, and I think you go back into the room. Like the scroll is complete. Like you see like all these chemical like it's odd to see chemical compositions written in calligraphy, but they're done.
Yeah, it's like IUPAC formulas in like high medieval script.
Yeah. And I think Rochelle or Cream Silk stands up and tries to put her hands on Hollow's shoulders. They go through. She turns and puts them on Null's shoulders because he's like standing right by Hollow. Like, you all have done a great service to us. If this vaccine works and we can keep people from getting infected, well, it's only a matter of time before we find a cure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's I didn't know how bad it was in there, Like, not even Wi-Fi.
You know
Jesus.
who's happening. So
They just put people in there, and then like it was really bad before the goddess put protection over the park. People were just hiding in there, and I mean, when seeing one person dragged behind a truck in your lifetime is too many.
Yeah, I think that's enough to basically leave Null completely lost for words.
I think she looks around and she seems sort of like in her own emotions now, but it's just like, you've done a great favor for the House of Silk and the Dead End Queens. We shall remember this, won't we, daughter? And Cryptid's like folding her arms and looking like just pensively angry at both Null and Void. Won't we, daughter?
And I suddenly start liking her.
Yeah. And I mean, you've done a great favor for us too. I mean, we couldn't have, Hollow and Null's work on this was great, but we couldn't have done anything really with this formula just on our own. So,
well, we're still going to be looking for a cure. When people work together, good things happen. Just remember about community.
Not to bring up old, old feuds and everything, but why were you guys attacking Aeon?
And I think the house mother holds up her hands. It's like, I'm going to have to leave the room. Some of this business is a bit above my pay grade. I trust you're going to be polite, Baronike. And this Cryptid looks over and again grumbles. Baronike Silk, I expect you to be polite to our guests. Yes, mother. God, you're embarrassing me. I'm trying to be cool in front of the supers. And Rochelle,
you're ruining my villain cred.
and like Rochelle, like walks out of the room with several of the other house members leaving. Venus Flytrap, Blue Rose, and Cryptid with you. The three who had been attacking Aeon.
Yeah, I throw Encrypted a very, very stare that says, "Yeah, I know where you are. I feel you. I really do."
And Blue Rose takes point. My leader here had discovered that there was work on, well, there was suspected work that Aeon had been doing towards the illnesses that have struck New Gauntlet City. There is, of course, always work on cancer. There is always work on illnesses that cannot be defeated and may come up in, not ethnics, but
the general populace.
Yeah, in general, like not general, like just what you're born congenital illnesses.
Yeah.
But there's also been works on illnesses of other ilks that are harder to treat. Those that have supposedly died but were never able to be cured. Those that are mystic in nature, like the Hollowed Plague. But as of late, their information, their resources to the public have slowed to a crawl. We were there to liberate the information, to spread it to the public.
Well, I mean, looks like somebody else did that, right? I mean, without breaking into the building and causing lots of collateral damage by destroying the entire front of the lobby.
And we are very
over encrypted.
I think Cryptid shrugs her shoulders. We all have our skills.
Yeah, and I was like, didn't we also call this?
Yeah, no, that was totally something that we did with her. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm glad that, like, hopefully we won't ever have to do that again. Yeah? Like,
Yeah, hopefully we'll be on the same page next time on cause collateral damage, all in unison in a beautiful symphony of destruction.
Yeah, I think Venus Flytrap nods. It would be great if we were allies in the future endeavors, but if you should ever step in front of our path again, we will crush you.
no, I mean, you'll try. I mean,
Yeah, back at you. Really, I mean, come
I
on.
like you. You
Yeah.
seem unaffected by these threats, but my sister Cryptid tells me that threats are indeed the endeavor of a true master of superiors or super work.
Yeah, but you have to, I mean, but threats are difficult because we have superpowers, you have superpowers. We defeated you, you might defeat us. Okay, it was not that clear cut. So it's a bit hard to really threaten.
Yeah, at some point it moves from being like threats to just being general trash talk, right?
Yeah.
What is trash talk? Because our trash goes out on Thursday. If it needs to be talked to, I could do so.
No, it means that you say stuff that is meant to be mean to us, and we say stuff back that is meant to be mean to you. So
yeah,
Oh.
It's talking to your equals as if they are your inferiors, even though you both know that you're equals.
Oh, I would love that. You subplant worm.
Hey, you're good at you're terrible at that. You talk like a 5-year-old.
Thank you. Are we friends now?
Yes.
I'm afraid so, yeah.
Yeah, I think that this is a good time to take our first break. Let's be back at 10 after the hour and see where our wonderful adventures go.
Sounds good.
I really hope Void gets to just reveal himself to Sunny soon, and maybe go on like as backup on the date.
Yeah, that sounds good.
But I want everyone to know all of your identities too. But it must be dramatic and wonderful to reveal.
Exactly. Yeah.
I was wondering, David, do you think the secret ID is more Alan's idea or Victor's idea?
I think probably more Alan's idea.
Cool. That's what I was thinking as well. But
Yeah. I don't feel that Victor is as invested in keeping it secret as Alan is.
cool. Oh, and my other question was, do we get influence over the Dead End Queens for helping them?
I could be that nice. I think I'll give you influence on the house mother, at the very least. So you all have influence over an adult. That is, oh, and I forgot.
Coming here to St. John's
Hmm.
was the best decision we could have made.
Give me a second.
Forget about
Yes, here we go. This is the voice of the house mother. But it's very... I cannot do it, and it is very precise and intriguing to me. But anyway, I think Void, you wanted a scene with Sunny that I also want to see, I believe.
Yeah.
We want to set this at the Drama Dome, or maybe when Sunny was going to actually head, like before Sunny was going to head home and face the music.
Yeah, maybe at the Drama Dome, like just before Sunny's about to head out.
Okay. So yeah, I think you guys probably have your um, own like rooms upstairs. I mean, this place was a opera house or a theater house for one time. So, oh no, Will, and I think that you guys like Sunny, you're getting your stuff ready for like to go, and maybe Void is knocking on your room door.
Yeah, hey, come in, whoever it is, come on in. And it's the Bogeyman.
Yeah, and Void will come in and
Hey.
say, "Hey, Sunny, I know you're on your way out, but do you have a minute?
Sure.
Look, and yeah, he comes in and closes the door behind him, and says, "Look, do you mind if I?" And he'll reach up and start like undoing his mask.
Okay. Are you sure you want to do this?
Yeah.
Cool.
And yeah, he takes the mask off and sort of pulls. He's probably got like one of those like hood things under the mask, which he sort of pulls back as well. And he's hey, look, I wanted to like,
Hey.
I'm Victor, and he'll hold out his hand to sort of shake, kind of thing, and say, or you can call me Vicky if you like, for like short. I don't like Vic. It makes me sound like a 40-year-old plumber, but that's not the important thing. I've not liked keeping like who I am a secret from you. But like Noel thought it was for the best, and I think he's got a point, but I just wanted to apologize for like what happened in the park. If I hadn't gone off like I did, you might not have got exposed, and I put you in danger, and I'm sorry for that.
Well, first off, when Victor takes off the mask, you can see that Sonny has braced themselves, because who knows why they are wearing masks, but when it's quite an ordinary teenager, they look like not really disappointed, but like, okay, this was it. Okay, it's cool. So and they'll totally take your hand and shake it and say, Victor, Vic, right? It's okay, it's cool. We're a team, and we had to go into that anyway, because if we hadn't, then that Phobis thing might have eluded us. And I think that would have been maybe bad. And also I wouldn't have met Tina.
Well, I guess, but I went off half cocked, and it's stupid. I didn't want you to think that all I am is back up to Null. But like, I mean, we work well together as a team, and
you're brothers. I mean, he said hermano when you were out, so yeah. I know that. I mean, he's the elder, right?
Yeah.
I won't fish for more information, though. He can talk to us, to me, or Hollow, or whatever, when he wants to. But I'm glad you told me, Vic. I appreciate that. I really do.
Yeah, that's so that's. I just wanted to clear the air. I felt bad for the risk I put you in, and I don't want to be that person.
Okay, I think two things may have happened here. Well, one I know happened. You revealed your mask and your persona for the first time. You marked potential, Victor. And it seems like you may be trying to comfort and support Sonny about the park.
Yeah, I'm certainly happy to roll that.
Damn it.
Could even be interpreted as going the other way.
Yeah. Either way. It could be either one.
Victor's really guilty about it. Like, Sonny's like, that was inconvenient that I had to stay in a room for a couple of days.
Met this cool person. Yeah, so inconvenient. My mother could not legally get to me to punish me. So inconvenient.
I don't mind. I could comfort and support Vic, or the other way around. Sure. I rolled that with mundane, which I'm not terrible at, which is amazing. I'm not used to that. Oh, wow. But I've rolled a 5, so sorry. I'm terrible at this.
Well, I think that means you advance, doesn't it,
Oh.
Sunny?
Cool. Yeah, it does. Also means that I will now stop being nice to Vic and tell him all about how amazing Tina is. And then I've got a date. Can you imagine? Me, a date. I haven't had a real... I mean, I don't even know if it's a date. Is it how... Oh, damn, I have no idea how to tell her that it's a date. I don't even know if she's into me. I don't even know if I'm into her. Damn, I'm so confused now. Thanks. I mean, that's not your fault, obviously, but... oh my gosh. And I have to go home and talk to my mom. At least she won't mind me seeing a girl. At my age, you know, you haven't heard that, but at my age, she had already had 5 boyfriends and 3 girlfriends. And then why am I like, I have never had a boy. And I'm telling you all this embarrassing stuff. Sorry.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. But I honestly do not need to hear anything more about your mother's love life.
Thank you. Sorry. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. It sounds like Sunny is feeling insecure to me.
Oh, yes, very much. I will totally mark that condition.
Yeah. I mean, you're going to be rejecting influence, going to see your legacy. This will be fine.
Oh, yeah. But I've shared a vulnerability with Vic.
Ooh.
So, and I've told him it's more or less secret about my legacy and my true feelings about it. And he gets influenced and I get to clear the condition. Because apparently my babbling secured me. But you get to shift my labels now.
Ooh.
Just think, your mother's love life saved you from being insecure.
I don't know how that happened. Maybe because I finally had somebody I could just unload to.
I think this is tricky. I think I'm actually going to, on the strength of what's just happened, I think I'm going to put superior down and mundane up.
Cool. Yeah. Thank you. Yes.
And I will. So my what do you call it? Relationship or team move, I should say, is when one of us shares a moment of vulnerability or trap celebration without the other present, mark a condition to mark a potential. So I will mark guilty to mark a potential, because I think I'm still feeling a bit, you know. Yeah.
So you get your first advance then too.
I do indeed.
Yay! Everyone's growing by being awkward. It is masks. And I believe that sounds like a good end to that scene, because I think there is another one.
Yeah, so I think Hollow, like, especially if the other two are like off somewhere else and the opportunity like definitely presents himself, I think Hollow would just kind of like wander over by Noel and be like, hey, so speaking of like it wasn't Aegis, what was the Aeon?
Aeon, yeah.
Yes. Speaking of Aeon, they got Phobos back now.
Yeah, I mean, I can't go into that part of the... I mean, my friend can't go into that part of the lab. But yeah. I mean, I guess they're going to keep him safe. I mean, it's from where you're from, right? Like, it's...
Yeah, so you don't know anything about what's going on with that?
There was that big thing when we were kids, but I don't really remember. I mean, how long ago was the American Empire? It was a while ago, wasn't it? Like,
it tried to come into the world in the 80s.
Yeah.
In the 80s, yeah. So like, yeah, I mean, like back before we were even born, you know. But like, what's it like there? You know?
I try not to pay too much attention to what it's like over there. I much prefer it over here. But yeah, so like, if we could get a chance to like get some more details on Phobos, I feel like we should do that. and like Hollow's like I don't know how to convey this like acting wise because I'm not a great actor, but like Hollow's kind of like genuinely torn because like what they were working on before is like, okay, we have the fake vaccine, the next step is the cure, and like clearly the sanctuary is like the easiest way to do that. And but he was just like, no, I can't deal with that right now. I need to figure out what's going on with Deimos so that I can get like Jean out of here and like maybe relocate myself because the Empire knows where I live now.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
so he's in like a I will deal with that later mindset. And then there was like constant talk of like how important it is to help these people and what great people we are for helping them out and how everybody's ignoring them and putting them on the back corner. And Hollis just like, but I really want to put them on the back burner right now.
Well, I think that Noel's kind of like confused that you don't know more about Phobos because you're from the America. Like, sure, you got to know all about these things, right?
Well,
like,
yeah, but like, how much do you know about like the design of like the F-16?
I stop for a second and I go, and I pull out my phone and I start Googling. I'm like, so have we shown you Wikipedia before? Like, it's awesome.
Phobos is on Wikipedia.
I mean, yeah, actually, yeah. I think someone updated the page yesterday, like monster captured by Aeon in people are fast on this thing.
So,
but there's not as much on Phobos as there is on an F-16. Sorry. But if you want, my friend could like try and find out. I mean, I think he wants to keep an eye out, anyways. You know?
Yeah, I mean, like anything you guys can get on, like, God damn it, anything you guys can get on, like, I guess the sensor ways or like ways to get past it or just not get horribly mutilated by one. That would be awesome.
I think like Null sort of like reaches out to like put a hand on Hollow's shoulder and it drops straight through again, and he's like, yeah, if are they after you, Hollow?
Are you going to talk about it? Are you going to talk about your doom?
Am I going to talk about it openly? I think he's very inclined not to. I think he, like, literally, I think he would just repeat it. I would think he would literally just repeat, like, anything you find.
No.
Great.
Here's your teammate's mask. Maybe.
I would love to do that, yes.
You have influence over Hollow. You get +1 to this roll.
Sweet.
I think it's going to be no, it's Victor who would have the max. You're just at +3. Oh no, Victor wouldn't be at +3 either now. You guys have changed so much.
I'm 7-8 on that.
Okay, so you get to ask one question of Hollow.
What do you want me to do?
I mean, I would like details, but honestly, what ideal scenario, Hollow would want you to help him get in there to look for himself.
Yeah.
Instead of just trying to have to like sit anxiously and wait for information to come in and hope that the right pieces of information get back.
I'm right in thinking this is something that you're probably like quite, deep down like desperate about, kind of thing. Like you are hunted.
He is the actual condition afraid about this right now. About this specifically right now.
And I think that Null's going to go. Okay. You'd know what you were looking at, right? If you saw it, if you got a chance to look.
Yeah, I could figure it out. Probably.
Okay. I think my friend could maybe try and get us both in, but we'd have to be quick and we'd have to be fast, and no one would be able to see us because you're like, you're like, and he puts his finger through her, like, I think we could make this work.
Yeah. So, like, what do you think is like invisible better or like disguised better? Because he kind of like switches himself off, and he can make himself like look by like somebody in like an Aeon lab coat.
Oh, we can
And then you can
definitely
also
make this
just, like,
work. Yeah, yeah. And I think that Alan is planning on doing a very Peter Parker-y thing and having Spider-Man send a person off to meet his friend Peter Parker, who can get them into the lab into Phobos. But
Yeah,
that'll be another scene.
yes, and I think at the end of this scene, obligations may be rearing their ugly head. Victor, you go first. Roll on the obligations. So roll your mundane.
That is a 7.
Ooh. So on a oh, which one did you lapse in? Taking care of your grandma or ice skating?
I think it's probably the ice skating. I think my coach is yeah.
And I think, like as you're seeing, like you're putting your mask back on, and Sonny's leaving the place to go back home. You get a text that just says, "I can't keep covering for you. Uh, come to the next team meeting, or you're off this team as well." Ooh, yeah,
Sort of
and
thing.
also, and so yeah, let's resolve this vulnerability first, and then we'll do
yeah.
nulls.
When you share a vulnerability or weakness with somebody, give them influence over you and ask if they honestly think there's hope for you. If they say yes, mark potential or clear one box on your doom track. If no, mark condition or mark your doom track. Seems like Alan was saying, like, yeah, we can do this. We can take care of this. We can figure it out. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think like we would all be concerned to know that you're living in the apocalyptic wasteland, being hunted by an evil empire. Like,
Yeah, so shift Hollow's labels again. Null.
cool. Think I will put your savior down. I think because you are, being vulnerable, and maybe put your mundane up by one.
I would say danger because they're doing something exceedingly unmundane and something very dangerous by going into Aeon.
Yeah, I did think about danger, and then I was thinking about like the mundane moves rather than mundane lit tag kind of thing.
Yeah. Either way. But yeah, now you roll your mundane null, and let's see how your obligations are going.
What is that? Plus mundane, is it, or
Yep.
just yep?
Plus
So that is
mundane.
a 9 in total.
Oh, your mundane got taken down?
Yeah, I moved it into danger when I think we did something where we moved it into danger last time. I only had a 2 at the start of this.
I thought you
session.
got an 8. That should be a 10.
It's done that thing where where it rolls and then it suddenly flicks back like about a second after it rolls. I don't know if you guys ever get that. Whenever I use roll party, it sort of goes like one result and then resolves like a second later and flips to a different result. Like,
Yeah,
so,
well, either way, you one of your
It's a 10.
obligations has well, out of 10, you get a which of your obligations is going to give you an advantage?
Oh.
And I mean, one seems very obvious right now.
Yeah, it does seem very, very obvious. I think I'm going to have to go back with the internship. And Dr. Henry, was it?
Yes.
Yeah, Dr. Henry, is going to give us an in to get into Aeon and get Hollow into there.
Yeah. And so I think I want to cut and see Sunny at home now.
Okay.
Yeah. And I think, Sunny, you're going home, and there is where is your home? What is it like? Where do the Amazons live?
I think they have a pretty spacious place somewhere in the better neighborhood. not maybe top notch, but better. That was given to Penny, Grandma Penny, I guess, because of the defense she did for the city. And also Grandma Penny she's a shrewd woman. She knows how to turn, we're the Amazons, we saved the city into money, or at least into a certain kind of revenue. Yeah, that's where they all live. It's a multi-generational house, so there is Grandma Penny and her daughter Andy, and then there is she has multiple daughters, I guess. I mean, she might have had sons, but they don't live with us. Because Amazons, Yeah. And I mean, she had my Uncle John, but he doesn't live with us. And then there is another daughter. I have not defined her, and my niece, and no, my cousin. Sorry, she's my cousin, and different other Amazon relatives.
I think the oldest male in the house is only 5 years old, and it's like he's staying until he's old enough for boarding school.
Yeah, I don't think they keep the male children at all.
Okay.
No, if they have male children, they will put them up for adoption, because having them there, and they will feel like they're not wanted.
Gotcha. Yeah, so I think you come in. I think there is a man leaving the house, and he looks kind of dejected. You're not sure which of your relatives had him over the night before, but you've seen this sight over and over again.
Yeah.
And you head inside, and I think you hear the raised voices of your mother and grandmother coming from the common room downstairs. What do you do? Do you head towards it?
Am I crazy or something? No, I go up to my room and will pretend that I've been there all the time.
Yeah, as you're going up to your room, Marina, that's how you say your cousin's name, right?
I think, probably.
Yeah,
that's
Marina's
fine.
on the stairs, I think, reading an Adele Blanc-Sec graphic novel. And she looks up. You've been gone a while.
Yeah, I was quarantined.
Yeah, I know. She flips a page, like scans the first few pages of the comic. I borrowed your iPod while you were gone.
Yeah, you can't borrow my iPod, Marina. I've told you.
Well, your mom said it was okay. Said that you had shown weakness in battle by being captured by the enemy, and that
I wasn't captured by the enemy. What kind of bullshit is that? I wasn't captured. I was wearing a hazmat suit, and it got torn. That's all that happened.
Mom said the guard was man. Seems like a capturing to her. I didn't agree, but hey, free iPod.
Yeah, great. Give it back now.
I think she grins, like, I didn't download any new songs. I knew you'd be back.
Good.
And she's like, Grandma is angry. And angry at your mom.
Why is she angry at my mom? What's she done now?
And I think like your mom, that's when your mom like starts stomping through, but your mom looks petulant, like a child who's been yelled at, and you know this is not a good time.
You know what, Marina? I'm going to go up to my room. See you later.
Can I come, please?
Yeah, sure, come on.
And you get both hide from your mom, and I think there's this thunderous sound of her like leaping from the house somewhere else.
Also, I've been here for 2 hours, Marina. You know that.
I'll say 3 if you need me to.
Cool. Deal.
And she looks around, and then I think she looks really nervous. And how old was Sunny when Artemis came?
12, I think.
Yeah, I think Marina's just hey, Sonia?
You can call me Sunny.
Sunny, I'm really worried.
What about?
I mean, I'm almost 12 and a half now, and what if one of these days I'm at school or out with friends and, like, you know, Hestia or something comes and is like, "You've been chosen." I'm like, "Bitch, I'm trying to go to a car wash with friends after school," and it's like, I don't. What do you do
Marina,
besides doing hero stuff and music? And I
Marina,
I
if a
I don't
goddess
want to be an
appears to you,
Amazon.
yeah, I know. I don't. Neither do I. Okay, but if a goddess appears to you, do not call her a bitch. You understand me?
But what if she's being a bitch?
Yeah, don't. No, just don't. Okay.
Maybe she won't choose me if I call her a bitch. Maybe I could call her a, and like before you think she says like anything else, like no.
No. And by the way, you shouldn't be calling people bitch anyway. It's not polite.
I don't want to. What do
I
you do
know.
when you don't want to be an Amazon and they choose you anyway? I mean,
no idea. If I had any idea, I mean, come on. I don't know what to do.
and I think that is a good time. There is a knock on your door, and you know only one person in this house respects your privacy enough to knock.
Yeah, come on, come in.
And it is Penny. And she walks in and immediately throws herself around you in a tight, unescapable hug. My sweetest granddaughter, you were captive for ages, and I was not allowed to see you, even though I have the name in the city. They did not respect me.
Grandma, I wasn't captive. I was in quarantine because I was exposed to a deadly disease. Don't you understand? It was the responsible thing to do.
You are blessed by a goddess. No mere mortal disease shall affect your flesh.
It's not a mere mortal disease, though.
Then we shall go to Tartarus and slay it ourselves.
Can we?
I think this is like the first time like your grandmother didn't actually think of like if it was actually possible. Well, if not, there is some quest that we could take to end it. Especially,
well, why haven't we then? This hollow plague has been killing people all over, and now you're saying, "Hey, we could have ended this like this."
It never affected one of us. Why bother?
Yeah, Grandma, I thought you were a hero.
Yeah, it is a disease that affects those who are weak enough to get it.
Yeah, but it
those
affects
who are stupid
women
enough to go inside.
It affects people. It affects women. I mean, we're not chosen. You told me we were chosen to protect the people of the city, right?
From threats that we can fight with our... Look, if it had affected you, I would be willing to go into Tartarus. If it did not, I am not going to go into the underworld on a very risky adventure just for some strangers. I will fight the demagogue. I will fight people who threaten the very existence and that I can punch down. But to put myself at risk for a disease that affects a small contingency of humanity is not what this legacy is about.
Well, I'm sorry to say this, and I'm trying to say it in as polite way as possible, but fuck this legacy then, if we're not protecting people.
Ooh, and you are now, I think, rejecting your grandma's influence.
Oh, I am so rejecting her influence. I mean, that's just... What do I have to roll here?
2d6.
A flat
2d6, yeah.
Flat 2d6. Oh my gosh. I've got a 5. I guess I'm not so good at rejecting.
You mark a condition.
I will mark a condition. I'm angry.
And let me see what she was trying. Yeah, let me see what she was trying to do with her influence. I think that ooh. Oh. I know what happens. I think you two are fighting angrily, and then suddenly there's a flash, and who appears but Persephone holding a pomegranate out to Marina.
Oh no.
And your grandma goes silent and immediately bows, pulling you down beside her to bow as Marina begins to tear up. And that is where the scene cuts.
Oh, damn. Does she shift my labels, though?
I think she was trying to put you in your place of the legacy. Yeah, she'll shift your labels. You are, let's do savior down, mundane up. No, you are part of the legacy. Savior up, mundane down.
Okay. I thought she might try to put my danger down, actually.
Okay, danger
Because
down.
she was telling me we don't go into danger except for our own. So
Yeah, that kind of seems like superior up. And
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
that sounds good.
Yeah.
Superior up, danger
Yeah.
down.
That seemed to be what she was. What she was going for. Yeah, right.
Yeah, and I think the rest of you I think you guys are trying to leave the Drama Dome to someone has a excursion with Hollow planned and needs to go get their friend. Someone has to go deal with ice skating. But as you three are leaving the Drama Dome, there is a deep rumbling shake of the earth. And I think you hear this crash in the Drama Dome, and oh, dearie me. And Quetzalcoatl comes out of his dressing room, and there's a broken hand mirror, and his hair is only half coiffed. What's this? What's going on?
Oh, could they not wait for like 3 hours?
right?
And he's like, is there a problem going on? You guys are supposed to handle things. Could you go see what's going on outside?
Yeah, Hollow will pop outside.
There is a young, angry-looking man flailing his arms about, sending the earth wailing in different directions with each flail, screaming, "Where the fuck are my gloves?"
Yeah, Hollow pops back inside to see everybody else is like, yeah, there's a super throwing an earthquake tantrum. And she pops immediately back out and she's like, I don't know, but if you describe them, I'll look.
He stops. You can tell he's having a lot of problems not making the earth move. It seems like, and he's like, mechanical, huge, stolen by a child of Loki.
Oh yeah, those. Do I actually know what happened to those?
They were put in your trophy case, but I think as soon as you say, "Oh, those," like, you do have them, and he launches this barrage of Earth and Hollow.
I pop back out.
So, Null and Void, are you coming to Hollow's assistance?
Yeah.
So, how are you going to assault this problem or attempt to deal with it?
Would we recognize this person?
This is Rubble Rouser.
Rubble Rouser, and he is a villain, isn't he?
Yeah, he is a villain. He's from Undertaker Row, and you know he usually has gloves on because his powers are so intense he can't control them very well.
I mean, I feel like it wouldn't be a comic book if we didn't fight the supervillain that showed up at our headquarters demanding and attacked us.
Yeah, that sounds right.
And go like, come on, man, we got this.
Yeah, so are you guys going into combat against a powerful foe?
Yeah.
Okay, I will add another team to the pool, to the pool, and we will start asking questions. So, who is the leader?
I mean, I guess I jumped in first. And I told everybody else what's going on and got them to come out here, so.
Yeah.
Okay, Hollow, do you have influence on everybody?
Yes.
And what is your plan here?
I guess my plan is if the gauntlets are a thing he uses to control and limit his powers, and right now they're causing a shit ton of destruction. I think my goal is to stop him from breaking anything long enough for him to get the gloves back.
Everyone else, is that your goal, or do you have? Oh, okay.
I mean, this is dumb superhero moment where it's like he's not getting those gauntlets back. Like, this is why superheroes fight each other in every comic book they appear in together.
Okay, so are you? Does anyone mistrust Hollow? Are you ill prepared? Yes, because you
Yeah.
were not prepared for an earthquake riding. So we have 3 team total, and I think as a Null and Void enter the fray, there is that same lilting laughter as the Gemini twins flash into view besides Rebel Rouser. Hey man, just keep some control. It's a bit hard to move in this.
Fuck's sake.
And this is the custom move that I have created for the Gemini twins when they fight Null and Void. Oh, and I think our dear Null is being disconnected. But I will tell it to Victor, then I'll bring it back up when Null comes back in. But their custom move is Loki's Trickery. Choose one bond, one distinction, or one move between Void and Null. It cannot be used while the Gemini twins are conscious.
Nice.
Which one do you pick?
Yeah, and I don't think like the starting bond of like you gain influence over each other after time passes would be the proper one to. Yeah.
No, it's definitely going to be the fastball special here. I think they're too fast for us to be able to properly, bring our power to bear while they're.
Yeah, and you don't want to just throw your partner into a wall.
Exactly.
Okay.
Welcome back. We got your expletive before you disconnected, but the Gemini twins have a special custom I have made for this game when fighting Null and Void. One of your bonds, distinctions, or moves of your choice will not work in this battle as long as they are conscious. And Void has decided to be the better or the bigger hero and has chosen that the fastball special will not work.
Good. I was going to say we do something without the fastball special for sure.
Yeah, so I think with Rebel Rouser sort of like taking this deep, centering breath, tries to control himself as Zephyr and Ella start speeding towards you 3. And I think we'll start. Void, you are primed and ready from everything that just happened. What do you do? You are muted.
So I am. So yeah, I think Void is going to. I think he's just like perched like on a window ledge, because it's the quickest way to get outside when the whole earthquake thing started. And I think I think he's kind of like preparing to like restrain or otherwise impede Rebel Rouser, but I think as the Gemini twins make the scene, I think he's going to kind of watch them. I think he's going to pause for a moment and try and figure out exactly what's going on here.
Assessing the situation.
Yeah. That is a 9, I think.
Good. You get to ask 1.
So I think yeah, I think I'm going to ask what here is the biggest threat.
Rebel Rouser's lack of control.
Right, yeah, cool.
Yeah, and I think Void is watching, and I think Null, you're the one that has to have the reflexes fast enough to keep up with the Gemini twins. What do you do as they're rushing towards you and Hollow?
I think it's a good time to directly engage a threat. As much as I was looking at the unleash your powers move, but engage a threat. You know, I think this is definitely the panel that leads with the fist coming forwards.
I like sort of like the idea like they're running at like this split distance, and you're almost like clotheslining both of them, like running in counter force.
Yeah, I like that.
Yes, to
So roll plus
danger.
That is a 9.
Okay, unless someone wants to spend team from the pool to boost it to a 10.
What was the move?
Directly engage.
Okay. But like flavor wise.
Null was like running at the Gemini twins, trying to clothesline both of them as they ran towards him with sort of like a speed meets speed explosion kind of thing.
Okay. Yeah,
Can I suggest even that they're running like up the wall towards us, like on another floor, and I'm jumping out of the window, coming down.
I want to say the way that I spend team is basically just serving as a target. Like I'll just kind of like stand somewhere to be like something that they're directly running at, so you know how to like anticipate their angle.
Ooh, good.
Yeah.
And then I can like
pop up in the middle of them.
Yeah, me standing in the middle, you run through me to clothesline them, and they can't see you coming until you go past me.
They probably both look at you like, huh?
Yeah, so you pick 2.
Cool. I will resist or avoid their blows. I think this gives me the opening to like smash into them without getting anything. And I think I will create an opportunity for my allies in that this will effectively like take them out of, they're off the balance, out of action for like a moment or two.
I think you hit them, they go spiraling, but they're still going up in the air because of their inertia, and they swoop up past Void, and the air from their updraft lifts Void up in the air a bit up to the roof, but not nearly as far up as they're going, and going to have to reclaim their positioning. But yeah, Hollow, you have a opportunity. What do you do?
I think he's gonna shout, Void, grab him the stupid gauntlets. And I'm gonna, can I try and provoke them into running into a wall?
Ooh, yes, you definitely can.
I'm going to do that, and it's going to be fun. It's going to go bad, but Okay, so that's a 9.
Okay. So let's see.
So either they rise to the bait, or they stumble, they err, or they overreact.
I think they stumble. I think enough people have tried this trick before. That they're sort of like, they'll get close, like they'll graze the wall and stuff. Like you've got them going in a pattern now, like flickering around.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think then Rubble Rouser will
they're still trying to hit me. They know what I'm doing, and they have slowed down enough to not fall for it, but them slowing down means it's easier to hit them by somebody else who can hit them more easily.
But yeah, I think Rubble Rouser is now just seeing all this, just screams, "Enough!" and sends this entire heavy shockwave towards the Drama Dome.
So I think as I sort of see that shockwave coming, I think Void's going to like launch himself from the window ledge and kind of hit the ground hands first in front of this shockwave and attempt to sort of absorb the force of the seismic wave to prevent it from damaging the drama dome.
Yes.
Which, yeah.
Do you want to roll this with your mundane instead of freak by influencing your mask?
Yes, that's what I was planning to do. Yep. Cool. So that is a 10.
Yeah, so I think this shockwave is bricks and rubble are spewing up. Everything is going to hell, and then like as soon as it touches you, nothing. Everything goes flat, and then like you're thrumming, you're vibrating. And where do you send this energy?
I think there's that moment, and I think Void just looks up to Rubble Rouse and goes, "Oh my god, you're really powerful." And I think he just like grabs like one of the loose bricks from the ground and just throws it up.
I think, yeah, like the brick
does
just
not come back.
yeah. Yeah, like there's a satellite up there somewhere. We found a brick in space, sir. Yeah, and so Null, the Gemini twins are running around in a pattern, very slow, especially compared to you. What do you do?
I would like to can I paste the mask on this to try and work out what they're up to?
You definitely can, because I mean, like, there's sort of like you can. I think you can follow them quickly enough. Like you're sort of like DBZ checking them out as they're moving.
Close up on the eyes.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Oh, that is only a. Oh no, that's just a 6, unfortunately.
Oh. Well, I don't know if anyone can help on this either with the team.
No, I wouldn't say that can help.
Yep. So mark potential, and I think as you're watching, you come to realize you're watching after images, and there are 2 taps on your shoulder. You turn around, and before you can redirect the kinetic energy, there's just this. You know how the Flash will do the supersonic amount of punches? You are being wailed upon by Zypher and Ella, who are punching you down into the ground. It is cracking around you. Your arms are, of course, up above your head, and
so it's time to take a powerful blow from the sound of it.
yes, you are taking a powerful blow.
And I get a 9, so I'm on a 7 to 9. I choose one. I give ground your opposition gets an opportunity. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's when oh yeah, like with the Null going down, I think Void, like you look over and see your brother going down, and that's when you don't realize that Rebel Rouser is like aiming up at the brick you've thrown in the air, and it comes crashing back down under you, like right beside you, launching you up at his feet. What does this make you feel?
I mean, honestly, impressed, but probably insecure actually, because yeah, his power is considerable.
Yeah,
it would seem.
Mark insecure and hollow. You see Rebel Rouser raising his hands above Void. You see Null going down under the flailing fists of the Gemini twins. What do you do?
I think he says, all right, I'll do it myself. And just like pops like back into the building, grabs the gauntlets and books it as fast as he can.
This will have to be a use of your portal if you want to get out there right now.
Yeah.
Mark your doom. And you come out, and I think Rebel Rouser's like raining. His hands stop right in front of Void's mask. And he looks up and sees the gloves and begins running towards Hollow. Not like angrily, but just like, like the Baywatch slow-mo of, that's mine!
Yeah, can I do Pierce the Mask?
Yes, you may.
This goes potentially horribly wrong. Okay, so I think that's a 10. It's possibly an 11.
It's a 10.
I have so many tabs.
No, at least
so many tabs.
yeah, it's a 10.
All right, so it's a 10. That means. So once you get these gloves, what do you intend to do?
He intends to turn it on the Gemini twins.
Oh, right. That's good enough for me. What do you want me to do? Like once I I'm in the process of giving to him. Like, what do you want me to do?
Protect the rest of the neighborhood so he can go all out.
All right.
Do you want to know how you can get influence over him? Maybe
Yeah.
give him the gloves.
Okay, I'll jot down that influence. But yeah.
Yeah, I think he puts the gloves on, and unlike Tina, they fit his arms perfectly. They don't start draining his powers, and like you feel like this. You know that like the science behind like the deep earth sounds that make people uneasy. Mm-hmm. I think like, you realize that was going on so intensely in the air that even your hologram was feeling uneasy.
Mm-hmm.
But it ceases as soon as the gloves get on, and he turns towards the Gemini twins and then glares, "Your fucking father stole my fucking equipment! Fuck you!" And the earth erupts around Null, and they back off and begin laughing. But wasn't it fun finding your way here? And weren't we having fun fighting them all together? This is all so wonderful and chaotic. And I think they're like, I think they're moving so fast, like they're holding each other and like hovering in place by spinning.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, they can't be affected by Rebel Rouse's power at the moment. So what does Null do that he is now no longer being pummeled into the ground?
I think he would like to unleash his powers and redirect the kinetic energy of the tornado twins so that they fall into Rebel Rouse's power field.
Okay.
And that is a 4. So I'm done on that one.
Yeah, I think they literally do start whipping up a tornado, and like all the rubble that has been brought up from the street begins to be sucked into this tornado as they begin to chuckle, and it's like, and where shall we throw all these wonderful new toys? Boy, do you want to try your hand at this?
Yeah, I think that Void is just going to yell out, "Come on, then, see if you can get me. You're all power and no finesse. I bet you couldn't get me with that." And yeah, he's going to make himself an obvious target.
So you're provoking.
Yeah, that sounds fair.
Roll plus superior.
That's a 6, unfortunately, because I am currently guilty.
Oh, well then, I think because for Void, they just throw like I think everything is. It's like that Twister movie where like, everything's up there, then out of nowhere they chuck this huge amount of debris at you. I think it just captures your legs. Like you're trying to dodge out of the way, but there's just so much stuff. And you go down and you hit your face on the pavement and take a powerful blow.
Sorry, that's an 11. So ooh, what do I want to go for? Oh yeah, no, I think this is a great opportunity to lose control of myself or my powers in a terrible way. So I think that like the way this looks is as this like comes down on him, he goes to kind of like absorb / redirect the kinetic force, but has like no control over it. So it's just like sends bricks and stuff ricocheting off in like all directions.
Yeah, I think car alarms are going off. People are crying out. Windows are busted. Like windows on the 14th story are busted out by stones.
Yeah. Can I
And
roll to defend?
oh, definitely.
All right, 8, 9, I think.
Okay, so you do get to defend, but you expose yourself to danger or escalate the situation.
Okay, I think the way that it escalates the situation is that, given the amount of like structural damage that's happening, like the safest thing that I can do for people is to get them outside of buildings, which means they're away from the immediate danger of that, but now they're on the street where the fight's happening.
Oh, I like that. And choose one from the list.
Okay.
You might want to clear a condition unless you are.
I will. Yeah, I'll clear a condition.
Yep. So I think Rebel Rouser is lowering his gloves, his hands, now that all these people are on the streets, and he curses like, "This isn't the fight I came for. Fuck this," and just starts walking off.
Can I commit myself to defeat the Gemini twins to the extent of like driving them away?
You can. You want to put
Cool.
your game face on.
I want to put my game face on. Yes,
Mark
indeed.
a condition.
Wow, not good. It's only a. If that was directly engaging a threat, I would get 5 in total. So not good.
Okay.
4 even. So yeah, terrible.
Oh, yeah. No,
Somebody leaves us alone for 5 seconds.
I know.
Well, I'm imagining the paper now is going to be like, nobody's watching the block or something like that, and because we're Artemis and the nobodies, right? Like,
yeah. What condition did you mark to put on your game face?
I think I'd mark angry to put on my game face.
Okay, so that means that's a 6 if you want to assist Victor or Void or Hollow.
Am I assisting with the putting of the game face on, or am I assisting with the confrontation?
The directly engaged. There is no roll to game face.
Okay. Yeah, I'll help out. What is the plan?
Yeah, how are you directly engaging?
I mean, I think I'm directly engaging by just leaping, Spider-Man style, swinging into them, kind of thing, like jumping at the tornado of them, like
maybe
they flick around.
Yeah, maybe Hollow's like controlling the debris that he can see, like making a steps for Null to get into the tornado.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I'll build you platforms to get there.
Yeah, so you get a 7. What do you choose?
Cool. I will frighten the opposition.
Yeah, so I think you get in there and like you pop up in between them both and just slam your fists against both sides of their head, knocking them apart, firing them out of the tornado. The tornado, I think your energy is you have to use your powers to bring it down. instead of out everywhere. But that sheer amount of stress of bringing the tornado down starts dropping several of the debris cores upon you, and you don't take a powerful blow, but I think you become maybe hopeless, as it just feels like you're having to hold this tornado together.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, and Void, you are pulling yourself up. Things are not good, but the twins have been separated. What do you do?
I think I'm actually going to go after Rubble Rouser, not in the like trying to take him down sense, but I just want to kind of catch up to him and say, look, I'm sorry, I didn't realize that where those gloves had come from. He's just going to kind of gesture over his shoulder to the sort of the melee going on above the building and say, the twins are assholes. I'm sorry they
had a theme song when they took them. Who has a theme song?
Yeah, I know they're the worst, but like,
oh no, they're not the worst. The worst was the one who made them take it.
Fair.
Yeah, I mean, fuck Tina. She's the worst child Loki has. I mean, villain extreme. You know, Mr. Hurst had sent me to try and recruit her once. And I think he starts looking around, and I don't know why I'm talking to you because you're a hero. Get out of my way.
Look, so what do you know about Tina?
Get out of my way.
Hey, I'm not in your way. I'll just follow.
Don't you have a fight to be dealing with? Your power won't put these people in danger. Mine will.
I'm sure they've got got it in hand.
And we cut back to Hollow. What is Hollow doing?
Okay, so I think at this point, Hollow's like, all right, we need to deal with this problem. I think I'm going to go ahead and directly confront.
Directly engage, yes.
Directly engage, yeah. It's +1. Hell yeah, that's a 12.
Okay, choose 2.
Choose 2. I will... resist or avoid taking their blows and take something from them.
Ooh.
So, like, I see one of the twins, like, running up, trying to get, like, back into it. And she's like, okay, well, the wall thing didn't work before, but how about this? And I just, like, summon a black cube, just, like, directly on top of their face.
I like the idea that Hollow is, like, right in front of them, and, like, they're running straight at you because, like, they know you're holographic, and then you just bring up that telekinetic shield in front of you right at the last second.
No, I literally, like, I summon a cube on top of the face. It's like, okay, now I'm running blind at Mach 4.
Oh God, no, that's horrifying. Yeah, so yeah, I think this is Zephyr. He falls flat on his face, you know, skips a few times, lands, and then I think trips the tornado. His counter force will start like bringing it down. The winds will be diffusing, and Ella will see him like, you know, I'm blind, I can't see, Dad, this isn't funny. And Ella will like run by, grab him by the shoulders, like heft him up. You haven't seen the. Don't give him the spiel. Just get me out of here. And she runs.
That was
Yeah.
surprisingly easy. I'll have to remember that one.
They were near the end, and so thankfully this pushed them over. I mean, Ella could have continued, but she's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, the tornado diffuses, and I think like the crowd has gone from "huh" to "huh" to "oh yeah, cool." Yeah, we're in Halcyon. We have insurance for this. Or we're in New Gauntlet City. We have insurance for this. Yeah. So your game your game face is successful. Null. You mark another potential. Yeah, and so we will cut back to Void probably saying, "See, told you so." And Rebel Rouser is just, look, I've been without my gauntlets for a few days. I'm really tired from having to control all of this power. I just want to rest, and you're probably going to send me to prison, and I don't want to go to prison, so just get out of my way, please. And I just want to go home.
Honestly, we're not really in the whole sending people to prison business. I mean, maybe we should reconsider that. But I'm already late. Actually, I need to get moving. But hey, maybe can I call you sometime? I could really do with having a chat about this whole Tina situation.
Ooh, roll me provoke.
That's only a 5, sadly, because I think I'm still getting a penalty on. Yes, yeah.
Okay, I think he grunts. Look, I know all about your team. I'm not going to date you. Bye. And he puts his hand in your face, like his huge gloved hand in your face, pushes you out of the way, and just keeps walking.
And
what can
I think there's just that moment where it's like, I wasn't. For God damn it, I'm late, and I think he's just going to like propel himself across the city at that and start heading towards the ice rink.
I think maybe Hollow would just kind of like pop over after that, and he was like, "What was he on about?" To Rebel Rouser.
Oh, and Rebel Rouser, I think, is a bit kinder to Hollow since you brought the gloves. It's like, yeah, I think the masked dudes are in some kind of weird polyamorous relationship, and that's not my bag.
And Hollow just like, what?
You asked what me and Masky were talking about, right?
Right.
Yeah, he was asking me out on a date. Not my thing.
Huh. Weird. Yeah, not my bag either. So what about this lady stole these from you? Because I think we got a common problem.
Yeah. You're not trying to hit on me through Tina also, are you?
I don't understand that on many levels. I mostly am just concerned with like Tina stealing giant demon robots that kill. I would like that to not happen.
Oh, that explains why she needed the gloves. Yeah. No, Tina's a child of Loki. She causes tricks. She manipulates people. She gets them to fall for her charms. we were roommates for a while. I thought she was on the cool villain shit level, and then one day I wake up tied to a chair, my gloves gone, and I had a clown mask on me, and I think the clown mask was completely not needed, but she's a trickster.
That's that's a boring answer. He's like, oh yeah, he's kind of like actually bummed out like that. So like, there wasn't any like plan. She didn't know anything about this.
And I think he grins like, oh, it's like if she had plans, I doubt she ever told me. Everything out of her lips is a lie. Unless you've gotten her threatened, she'll never tell the truth.
Well, I guess it's probably like a dead end or something then.
I mean, if she's doing things that her father tells her to do, maybe there is a path down this way. But I'm not going to walk it.
Yeah, makes sense. But yeah, I mean, you know where to stop by if somebody gives you more shit.
Look, thanks, but I'm not in the racket for asking heroes for help.
I'm not in the bracket of being a hero necessarily. Like,
You're on a team.
I don't work great.
You're on Artemis and the Nobodies. I mean, yeah, you're a nobody, but you guys are getting really popular out here. Don't you know about your fan clubs?
What is a fan club?
I think like he finally like breaks out of the alley and like looks at you. He's like reaches out and like swipes a hand through. He's like, you are weird on so many levels.
I've been told.
Hey, do you play video games?
Yes.
Would you want to hang out one day? You don't seem like those weird letdowns that you're teamed up with.
Yeah, sounds like fun.
Cool, I'll give you my number. You have a phone?
Yes.
He gives you his number, and you have made a contact with Rebel Rouser. And I think it is about 30 minutes left. I forgot about the last bio break with that fight. Do we want to take a break, or do we want to jump into Sunny's scene?
I personally would love to jump into Sunny's scene.
Yeah.
I've got to go to the toilet not right now, so
Yeah.
That would be a bio break. Yeah.
So yeah, let's take a quick break. I will try to get both Victor and Sunny in, and yeah.
That's my one of my favorite scenes in Justice League, by the way, Sydney. The Flash Lex Luthor Great Brain Rubber episode. It's so good.
I remember that, just like him, like using the Flash's powers in like actually useful ways to defeat everyone. It's like, oh yeah, the Flash isn't the C-list villain. Like, I shall finally have his identity. Crap. And you know how the Flash keeps his secret identity secret in canon? He's always late. Yeah, so I think we will cut to Sunny going to the gloomy variant to meet Tina.
No, please let us have a talk first about Sunny and the legacy.
Ooh.
Because I have a problem here. If the whole "hey, the legacy is just out for itself" thing, that's quite a bombshell. Because I don't know how Sunny would deal with that, and
then I definitely have a scene for you because I had reasoning behind that.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think your family is throwing a celebration because Marina is being decorated by Persephone. And I think maybe you've raised these concerns to your mother, who's
No, I don't think Sunny will agree because I mean this is it for her. This whole we're not out for anybody, we're just out for ourselves. That's just bullshit.
That's just what your grandmother has said, though.
Is this out of character for her grandma to say? Like, is this a surprise?
Yeah, this is very out of character.
Yeah. So, like, Sunny is surprised. Like, Sunny is like, you would not normally say this. What's going on? That's my read on the situation? Is that what you're saying?
That's what I would think. Like, she would be asking her mother, why would Grandma say something like this? Like, what is it about? Like, I figure she would be turning to someone to ask, like, what is Grandma's problem with this issue? But that just seems like to me.
Okay.
But if not, we can cut back directly to the room with Persephone, bring the pomegranate, because I think I can have Penny say what the problem is.
That would be really helpful because right now I have really a problem because I realized that the legacy might not be all that it's talked about, but just saying, hey, we don't help anybody but us, really.
Yeah.
That is not what I envisioned when I thought of the legacy. Yeah. And that is a bit harsh if you play a legacy because they have to look up to the other legacy guys. And I can't change playbook right now.
And so I think Marina is eating one of the pomegranate arrows from Persephone. And Persephone nods and says, "This will protect you from Hera's wrath." And Penny looks, I think, grateful, relieved, and a bit pensive, and grasps Sunny's shoulder. And she doesn't call you Sunny, does she?
No, she calls me Sonia.
Yeah, let's see. Sonia, this is why we don't get involved with the Hollowed Plague. The Hollowed Plague was crafted by Hera.
You just now said you would go to Tartarus if it affected me and kill it.
Yes, if it affected you.
But it has.
What? You were in quarantine. You were found uninfected, weren't you?
Yes, but I don't know. I'm not sure that's true. And anyway, it has affected me because I was in quarantine. Okay, what is this Hera thing? What's going on?
You know of Hera, and I think she looks around, like sees Persephone, like takes you out of the room so as not to speak ill of Hera with Persephone eavesdropping. And it's just, Hera is an interesting goddess. Hera is a vindictive goddess, and she never aims her vengeance at those who deserve it. She aims it at those who were affected by those who deserve it.
Okay.
Her husband slept with a mortal to sap this mortal of their beauty. Hera cursed them with an infection that would strip away their very essence. She didn't know it would be contagious, and your great-great-grandmother was blessed by Hera. So she prevented me from looking after this illness. I should not be preventing you from looking after what you think is important, I suppose.
Okay, I guess. I mean, has anybody told Hera maybe what's going on?
She doesn't care. I went to Olympus when I was, maybe 6 years as your senior. It was quite a quest. I hear there was a comic issue made of it, but it was for naught.
Okay, but I will interfere with this as best I can.
And I think your grandmother sort of tears up. Have I been misplaced in my judgment of people? I don't fraternize with mortals much anymore. And I think you do. Do you think I should more than I do?
Isn't that what the legacy stands for? That we protect women who need protection from those who will abuse them, even if it's maybe gods, I guess?
I always thought we were protecting them from the other gods. It's odd when they're your own. But maybe I'll try harder as well. But your cousin has been blessed. And you can tell like this is really affecting your grandma. It's like she's saying this without joy. We should go rally the others.
Yeah, let's celebrate, I guess.
It's probably going to be pomegranate everything. Persephone has a theme.
Heard that.
And I think she takes you along. You see your mother, who I think your mother was more critical of you in the quarantines. Like, you did something that ripped your costume. You did like basically she was critiquing your lack of training versus you being too precious to let go. And your mother sees you and lifts her head in like a sort of warrior's salute. You're back, daughter.
Yes.
It is great to see you. Are you redoubling your training?
Of course I am.
That is most excellent. And I think that's sort of the sad end of that conversation. But what do you do now?
I guess I'm going to go and be there for my poor cousin who has been chosen, who now has superpowers. And I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll text Vic that family crisis. My cousin's a superhero now.
Oh God.
Yeah, sad smiley.
And
yeah, I think I'll just text back. Do you need me to do anything?
Can you? I don't think you can. And get Persephone to take her vote of confidence back, I guess. So no, sorry. Greek gods. Greek expletive.
yeah, and
I think Hollow just kind of like sends text of like, what is your cousin like?
She wants to be a veterinarian. She really likes animals.
Does she like metal murder cats?
Probably not. No. She's 12 and a half. She's a kid.
Yeah, and I think that is probably the once you get downstairs and like Marina has been properly anointed in her garbs to accept Persephone's blessing. Is this? I assume like if this happens inside, like there is pomp and circumstance towards it, and I think Marina is already showing signs of the godly, stunning beauty that your group, like her hair is in that perfect comic book, not out of place in any order whatsoever. Her skin seems flawless, like whatever like small scars she had from childhood have sealed up or blemish or polished away, and she's sitting in front of this very beautiful decorated cake, and I think she blows out one of the candles. I don't think your family, if I may, does your family celebrate birthdays or when you were anointed by the goddess?
Both, I guess.
Ah. Yeah, so I think this one has just one candle, not her ages in candles, and she blows it out, and as like people are coming around giving their blessings, you get up there and she looks up. It's like, do you think I get a wish when I blow out this candle too?
I don't know. Try make one. Maybe it comes true.
I did. I'm not going to tell you what it is just in case the same rules apply, but I think it's a good one.
Cool.
And, maybe she made a mistake. I mean, I don't like dirt. I like moles. Moles are cute and chubby.
Yeah, but she's not the goddess. Persephone is not the goddess of dirt.
I know, but she lives under it. So, I mean, she's got to know about it.
But she lives under it only for half a year.
Maybe she wants me to be the above Earth part of the other year. I mean, I'm still going to look up moles. I mean, why not learn more about moles?
Yeah, moles are great. Maybe she knows about moles, living under the earth.
I think her eyes goes like, do you think she's like a Disney princess, but with like underground animals?
No, I don't. I really don't. I'm sorry, but.
Oh right, she probably has spirits. They're like the Illumination minions.
Well, she might know Cerberus, the three-headed dog. That guards her place. Maybe she can introduce you.
We can go surfing down like the River Styx and be river pirates.
Yeah, try to get her to do that.
What did Artemis say to you when she came to you?
She said you're chosen.
And I think Marina looks really weird. Persephone said I had a great future.
Nope, she just said you're chosen. Oh.
Maybe I wasn't chosen. Oh yeah. Sorry. I think I see Auntie Millie behind you. Yeah. So yeah, the party goes on, and oh yeah, you didn't have the date until tomorrow anyway. So
yeah, I'm going to text a lot.
So yeah, who are you? Go ahead.
I think maybe like 5-10 minutes after asking like, what is your cousin like? Hollow says like, on a scale of 1 to 10, how horrendously bad would it be if I showed up in girl mode?
I don't think it would be bad. Show up in girl mode? Do you have a girl mode? Oh my gosh.
Oh god. And Hollow's going to portal in with in a female hologram.
Yeah.
Cool. That's
just
nice.
Just in like regular like street clothes. probably like designs like a t-shirt that has like pictures of cats on it.
Cool. I'll introduce you as my friend Holly, if you don't mind.
Sounds good.
Yeah, and I think as like, people are coming by, like after the third one to try to shake your hand fails, they just begin nodding solemnly when they meet you,
Yeah.
Holly.
Yeah.
And I think Andrew.
Andy.
I know it's Andrew
That's my
Maki,
mom.
but I just wanted to
Yeah,
got a bit.
Andrew Mackie.
Yeah, Andrew
Right.
Maki comes up, and I think it doesn't even sort of note. She notices Hollow, but doesn't to give them the time of day as much as they're looking down at Sunny. This is the company you keep.
Hi.
Yes.
Intriguing. My own companion at the when I had a team, none of them were composed of soft light particles.
To each his own.
His. She looks down at Hollow with a cocked eyebrow.
It's a saying, Mom. To each his own.
You're correct, of course. But I am curious. How did you keep a hazmat suit on?
Very carefully. And not entirely successfully.
Vague, but decent enough an answer. I suppose you're the reason my daughter had an extra hazmat suit.
Yeah.
You are a good teammate.
Thanks.
Form bonds, keep them strong, and remember, in all darkness, your team will find you.
Absolutely. Thanks, Mom.
And I think your mother is trying to shift your labels.
Mine. Oh my gosh, I
Yes.
will reject that. Or try. I don't want her to shift my labels. Go away, I've got a 9.
Ooh.
So I've got to lash out now. Yeah, right? Oh yeah, I can do that. And I'll lean back and say, look, what do you even want? We did it. We won. We got the metal cat. We got everything. And I did the responsible thing. And I don't know, would you have wanted me to walk out there and claim I wasn't exposed? I could have. I didn't.
Ooh. So what are you doing?
I'm shouting.
Oh, wait, mechanically.
Mechanically. Oh, do I have to shift my own labels now? What am I doing mechanically? What do I have to do?
And you can clear a condition or mark potential by immediately
Yeah.
proving them wrong.
Oh, I am clearing a condition. I'm not that insecure
Yeah.
anymore. That and I'm saying, look, I'm not angry. I'm still angry, but I'm working through it. I'm saying, look, you know what? I'm out of here. Holly and I are going, unless you're not even polite to her. And then I'm grabbing for Holly, failing, of course. and come on, let's go.
Yeah, I'll play act getting pulled along. I've learned how to do that, is like have people try to grab me and then act as if I've been grabbed to avoid awkwardness.
Yeah, I think Andrew Maki is actually really surprised at this. And yeah, I think this the last bit before we go into end of session is you walking off with Holly, but I think that outburst has given you influence on your mother.
Oh, nice.
All right, and then Holly will at some point sneak off and give the girl of the hour a little congratulations card, and inside it says for when you have time off, and there's like a season pass to like the local zoo.
Ooh, that's so sweet. I'm sure the zoo is the most proud of this, because I'm pretty sure that Marina's mother just shows up like, I am deigning to influence your zoo with my presence. We are entering. But yeah.
There's just like a sweet note of like you'll still have you'll still have time off and you can still follow your own things.
Yeah.
Here's a nice place of animals you can go.
Yeah, let's do end of session stuff. So with our doomed, your first question: how do you feel after this session? Close to the team, into your own. Did you grow to your own self-image, or did you move away from the team?
I feel like I moved closer to the team. I went and I met Sunny's family. So
Yes. So you giving Sunny influence then?
yeah.
Cool. I think I already have influence. And I think what I will do is, I think I will push your savior up because you saved me at that party. And I will push your danger down. You didn't seem so dangerous.
I'm a marshmallow.
It's a soft light hologram, not a hard light hologram.
Exactly.
And do you think you made progression on facing your doom? I am mixed here because you did work towards like getting into the Aeon industry next session.
Yeah, but I feel like I got distracted from it a lot. Like I had more opportunities to focus in on that, and I chose not to. So
Gotcha.
I'll accept that.
Mark doom.
Yeah. So I filled it up.
Choose a doom mark.
Yeah.
I think as you choose the next doom mark, Null, how do you feel this session?
I think that we grew closer as a team, really. And I think that was coming up with this plan together. You know, like in terms of the vaccine and stuff. I don't think we feel so good as a team after fighting the Gemini twins. But the big victory of the the vaccine is definitely a good one, and making common ground with the Dead End Queen and so forth as a group.
Yeah.
And I think that I would give that to Hollow, making me feel welcome, and so she gets to move my labels, and I am going to clear a condition. I think I'm going to clear insecure.
Yay. And how are you shifting those labels, Sydney?
I don't know.
Oh, I'm actually going to mark potential, sorry, because I didn't have insecure. I keep looking at voids every single time I look at my sheet.
All right, so I think I'm going to move superior up and danger down. Just because, like, I've kind of turned to you as like, oh, you're the guy who knows how this world works. You have like the inside scoop and all these things. You have all the intel. You've got your shit.
I've got my connections. You know, I've got my friend who works at Aeon. Like,
yeah. Void, how do you feel?
Yeah, I feel like I've grown close to the team, and I think this time it was with Sunny, with obviously the whole revealing my true identity thing. So yeah, I will give influence to Sunny, which again I think means my labels will shift.
Yes.
And I'm going to clear the guilty condition I took earlier. No, I'm going to clear insecure, and I'll clear guilty next time, I think.
Cool. I think after we talked, I think I'll put your danger down because, I mean, nobody seems very dangerous here. And I'll put your freak up because you don't seem very freaky. You're just nice. You didn't even look very freaky under that mask. Maybe it's your brother who has an elephant's tusk or something.
So yeah, Sunny, how do you feel?
Yeah, same. And I give and it was Vic who made me feel closer to the team because I got to see his face, which is kind of amazing because he looks really just ordinary, like a guy you might go skating with or something.
Awesome. I think that this is tricky because I actually did this shift earlier, but based on what's happened, it's tricky. I actually think I'm going to shift I think actually I'm going to reverse what I did earlier and shift mundane down and superior up because, like in the last bit of the session we sort of saw, we saw Sunny standing up for themselves and kind of being quite forceful. So I think
Understood. I will end the broadcast and we will do debrief off camera.